Hello, good afternoon, good morning. This is Nikki, also known as Faces Trader. It's the Awesome 10X live show for Philippine market update. Before I begin, let me just greet my brother's fiance, Trisha Young, a happy birthday. So let us begin today. Philippine market update. Oops, sorry. Okay, let's go to our stats. Today we've got some winners. Let me just recheck again. Your index is 5,943, slightly unchanged. Let's take a look first on your index movers before the top gainers. You've got 3.68 billion pesos, so that's a very low market value. Advancers 78, decliners 106. You still have a lot of foreign selling. Yesterday it was about, I think, 600, 700 million or 800 million. Today it's 1.1 billion. So there are a lot of sellers. There are some buyers. Pure Gold is up 3%. Ayala Corp is up 2%. So yesterday's profit taking on Pure Gold has quickly been bargain hunted today. PPI is up 2%. Globe is 1% up. ICT is 1% up. Your losers are MPI 3% down. Your Jollibee is 2% down. Your Aboitiz Power is 2% down. GT Cap is 2% down. So from a sector perspective, your index went down to 5886, then managed to close up 5944. All shares also followed going down, and then at the close, it closed higher. Financials, the same picture. Industrials all the way down. Holdings went down and then managed to close up at the close. Properties all fell down, then managed at the close to go up. Mining also fell, and then services also fell. But services went up at the close. Properties also went up at the close. So let's take a look now on your statistics. Your top gainers for the day, you've got 10% higher MAH, so 16.7 million pesos. So we noticed that yesterday this was also traded on the upside. It continued higher. MAH continued higher. The other one going up with volume, 16 million pesos traded. LMG 421 to 4.5. The other winners are Pure Gold 180 million, 47.7 to 49.15. So Pure Gold didn't technically go down as far as 46. It rallied up as quite fast in the next day. Ayala Corp managed to go up after 698, 100 million pesos traded Ayala Corp on the upside, 715. Dito Telecom continues higher, 369. You've got BPI now 65 pesos 55 cents, and quite some buyers today for your wholesale after a continuous sell-off. Today you've got 9 million pesos buying wholesale at 563. Okay, let's take a look as well on your worst losers. Do we have big losers today? MPI is the big loser today. 3% down. MPI trades at about 3.4. So do we go back to about 3.1, 3.10, 3.20? So 82 million pesos for MPI to the downside. The rest of the losers, okay, you're all home down below 6. It's 3% down, 584. Apex is down 3% to 155. And then your tech is down 3% to 601. That's 26 million pesos. Your DNL didn't manage to go higher to 6 at 574, quickly went down to 559. 9 million pesos traded on the downside. Okay, so most active space, let's take a look. On the most active space, you've got BDO Ayala Land. BDO still at 88. Ayala Land continues profit taking at 31.4. Telephone still being profit taken from the 1400 above is very difficult for it to go back again. 1390 today. SM, that 900 mark is still being taken profits from. Today, 905. Jollibee fell down to 130 pesos 20 cents. This one looks attractive even if it's on the downside because we're hitting Jollibee's near-term support of about 120, 125. Your Ayala REIT is 25.8, 105 million. It's still below the IPO price of about 227 pesos. Now, ICT is 108.5, crawling up. Ayala Corp crawling up 2% after, of course, the significant run-up of Ayala Land. Now, Globe is crawling 2090. Dito Telecom, very strong. Actually, Dito Telecom still at 369. Although at 4 pesos, there might be some selling pressure. GT Cap had the hard time, still below 400. Today it's 397. Your GGS is just trying to be staying there at 60. It's now 61.7. PNB, 39 million pesos. Traded at equilibrium at about 23.95. So it hasn't gone 22, it hasn't broken 25 yet. It's still trading at equilibrium. Your Macro Asia is up to 4.9, still there. Frutas, it's not up already, 128, but it's just slightly down, 1 centavo down. Your Bloomberry has a hard time talaga on 7. It's doing 696. So there's some selling pressure at Bloomberry 7, 720, 740. That's what we're seeing. AGI 710 at least, no, it's steady above 7. But both AGI and Bloomberry seems to have been consolidating in this 7 peso range for quite some time. Now, top traded, what are the top traded? So you've got Jollibee traded top 207. That's something that has 4,964 trades today. Ayala Land also being top traded. As usual, your Dito Telecom top traded, 68 million pesos. So we have MA, actually 16 million pesos, also being top traded. A lot of profit taking from ASEN. ASEN is now 306. Century Tuna, Century Pacific, some profit taking, now at 17.48. So why don't we go to each chart? MA is the one that is attracting a lot of traders. So far, MAH also was very strong volume yesterday, and I think that people were speculating on, I don't know why. So, but people are speculating with volume here. So there might be news. We'll see. But so far, the news, the charts are showing very strong volumes. This is the second day that Metro Alliance Holdings has been rising, and a very strong move after this 160. Yesterday, it traded at 180, and then today traded at 202. Can it hit about 220, 240? So a couple of days more, you might be seeing some resistances. So take note that 160 to 220, there might be some selling pressure at 219, and then another selling pressure here at about 240. Nevertheless, this is quite a substantial move in just 2 days. Let's see whether this goes to a flag. Will it get support here at about 2 pesos? Will that be the new support? Or is it about 190? So is 2 peso the new support for MA? But this one is doing well. Quite a good move so far. MA and MABI. The B shares also went up. So, but no volume for B shares, mostly trading on the A shares, the MAH. The other movers, we noticed that Pure Gold is up 3%, so that is a significant first day move today. Will it continue go higher, or will it retest this 48 peso mark? Nonetheless, it's good to see that the 48 peso mark seems to be a support. So it's not hitting the 46 peso anymore. Looks like there's a bar at 48. Nevertheless, even if it falls, we see that there's a strong support here at about 46. So between 48 to 46, Pure Gold looks to have a higher low. Now, we also noticed that Jollibee is trading at 130 pesos. Today, it's 130.2. Take note that there was a support on Jollibee here at about 125, 126 pesos. So there's news actually that Jollibee opened 2 stores internationally to augment the slowdown in the domestic front. It looks like Jollibee is trying to regain its domestic, its sales abroad. So Jollibee is a reopening theme. If the market or the world, the global world is opening up, reopening, we are seeing that Jollibee could potentially earn revenues again and thereby some profits again in the future. Just to give some attention, McDonald's abroad is traded as MCD. McDo is trading at all-time highs. You could see that McDo has recovered from about 130 during the pandemic. Now it's trading at 224. Now, of course, McDonald's is a different company than Jollibee. Jollibee has losses here in domestic, but we are seeing that as the restaurants have been picking up worldwide, it might be assumed that Jollibee can also try to pick up its bottom. So it's bottoming out probably, if not 125, you might even see it go down here at about 120. What we do think is that drops of Jollibee can actually be taken advantage of. So there will be a small downside from 130 to 120. A 10% downside, even if it falls, is something that I think that you, as Awesome 10X YouTube subscriber, channel subscriber, should probably take a look at supports. So we are buyers on the dips. We are buyers even if it goes all the way down to 110. So from 130 to 110, you want to average support of about 120 pesos to average your Jollibee. Now, what else is happening? If Jollibee is picking up, what's happening to your DNL? DNL, of course, provides food ingredients for companies like Chicken Joy, Jollibee, and of course for Krispy Kreme donuts of Max's. Now, 447, it has rallied to about 578. That's not bad for DNL. So far, I think the market picked up DNL on the dip. And although there's some selling pressure here at about 560 to 6 pesos, you might see that DNL has a very strong support when it falls 5 pesos. So we are seeing the bottoming out of DNL in a few weeks, in a few months. No, so it has happened March, June, August, and then September. So we are seeing that DNL has really been trying to be bought. Now, Cebu Pacific, all the airlines abroad have actually rallied because the tourism of the world has bottomed and troughed. As you could see, Delta Airlines has rallied. Here was about 19. This was 20. This is 25. Now it's at 35. So $34.50. So we have seen that Delta Airlines in the US has picked up. A lot of the airline companies abroad has picked up. So we are assuming that the Philippine Airlines, Cebu Pacific, will at least pick up in the next 3 to 6 months. So we are seeing that this could be a potential bottom for Cebu Pacific at 36 pesos, at 38 pesos. We think that this is an accumulation zone. You want to buy this company while it's low, below 38, so that you could sell it possibly at about 44 to as high as 52 someday in the future. That could be someday 6 months ago, 6 months later, or someday as in 1 month, 2 months later. That's also possible. Now, as we saw a lot of airlines pick up, is Macro Asia gonna pick up? Possible too, because Macro Asia's a business that relies a lot on some maintenance of aircrafts. So this Macro Asia is now trading above 4 and then trading above 4.5. It's doing 4.9. Although there is a resistance here at about 6, we noticed that Macro Asia has significantly gone above the lows of 2.85. Indeed, there was a low during March at about 3.30, then another low here at about 2.85. So we are seeing that this could rally to as high as 6 pesos should Macro Asia be seen as a resilient reopening theme. Reopening is very strong. You could see what's happened abroad. Let me show you a few casinos. It rallied all the way to back to their previous pandemic pricing. This is Scientific Games. This is a casino worldwide in US lottery. From about $3.77 rallied to 34, actually from 18 rallied to 34, almost 100% just this week alone because of a buyout, a private equity entered buying all the shares of Scientific Games at 28. This is also true for a lot of casinos, like DraftKings was going all-time highs. DraftKings, of course, had a very good news because Michael Jordan, as in the greatest of all time of all the basketball players, became here at about 36. He became an advisor. He's a board of director of DraftKings. And then, of course, Disney is an owner through the ESPN license. DraftKings has an ESPN license. Of course, these are all world global companies. We feature them in our global market update. But it tells you that the casinos as a group could be seen. Online sports betting is a trend. And hopefully, if Bloomberry can do some online sports betting and online casinos, I think that it will be seen a potential resilient play. So we are seeing that casinos 4, 5, 6, may 7 be a higher low for Bloomberry so that it can go to 8. So I think like Bloomberry is a potential reopening theme, just like all casinos in the world are. Of course, the branding of the company is very important. DraftKings is very well known. Penn National also has a partnership with Barstool Sports, Dave Portnoy. Take note what happened from about 377. Now it's already trading at about 69. That's about 15 times your money, even if you've bought at about, let's say, 4. So of course, if you bought even at 10, 14 peso, $14, it's still times 4 your money. So I'd say that the market worldwide is quite bullish on the casinos. So Bloomberry is probably a casino in the Philippines that would probably appreciate over time, given the discrepancy of Bloomberry's metrics against the industry. So there's a lot of resistance here at about 8, no? And then 9, and then 11. But eventually, I think this is a sector that will pick up. With Bloomberry, that would also mean that PLC might eventually also pick up. PLC, the support here was 28. Now it's 32 cents. Can it pick up to about 36 cents? We'll see. But so far, we are seeing resistance about 36 to 38 cents. Now for PNB, we said that it is a stalemate. For now, it's still just a flag. It looks like the bulls and the bears are trying to exchange hands here at about 24, 23.95. So we do know that if this flag is a continuation move, the bulls can take this as high as 29 if they wanted to. Of course, we need a breakout first before that happens. But this one is a bullish sign that it is trading above 22. As long as PNB trades above 22, I'd say that the bulls still have this PNB going on for them. Can it go 29 or 30? This is your first resistance at 29. It can also resistance here at about 26, 25.50. But I think that 25.50 is a potential breakout area if PNB will go up. Now, if PNB goes up 24, I don't think it stops at 26. It might go at least 29 or even go as high as 32 or even at about 34, 35. So the supports are 22 and right now 24. So it's still a wait and see, but that is a bullish sign in my view. Now SSI, this looks to be strong volumes last time, but right now it's going down. The good thing about the drop is that it is no volume. So if a stock is going down but no volume, then it's still considered healthy. That means that nobody is willing to sell at 116 or 118, or even if there were sellers, it was very few compared to the sellers here at about 126 to 120. So with SSI, let's see. So far, we are seeing some selling pressure at 127. Indeed, that 127 to 125 seems to have caught some bulls off guard because it fell back to about 116. Or one, yeah. So far, let's see what SSI will do. Will it go down? Because if it goes down 114, I guess it's a no-brainer that it goes back to 1. However, if it stays above this 114 level, it can consolidate. It doesn't necessarily have to go up. It can consolidate and then settle for a base before going higher. Now, what happened with your Frutas? Frutas is actually trying to base itself out. It looks like Frutas here at about 1 peso, 115. Has truly tried to really try to triple bottom. So you've got a bottom here at about 110, another bottom here at 110, another bottom here at 110. So 1, 2, 3. So far, it is struggling at that 140 level. So we'll see. I think it's a trading range for Frutas if you ask me. Now, GT Cap is struggling at that 400 peso level. It's still trading at 397. Your Metro Bank is still here at about 35.50. We see a bottoming out process, but it's going to take time for it to rally to about 38 or 42. So we'll wait and see. The market in the Philippines is mostly a wait and see. And although MPI today fell a lot, I'd say that this 360 just shows to us that is your temporary resistance. So your MPI is being profit taken after rallying from 3. So from 3, it rallied to 350, 360. That is almost 20%. Now it's back again. Maybe it can go to 320 or 3 pesos. Watch how it moves. It looks like a trading range for MPI given the stability of its businesses. MPI owns your telephone, a stake in Meralco, and a lot of infrastructure, toll roads, and hospitals as well. So I'd like to try to check all commentaries and answer any. Ali, is it good? Ayala Land, I think, is trading in a range. So far, I'd say that 31, 32, you've got more sellers. If it goes below 30, I think that you have a better risk reward. Nonetheless, I'm not sure if Ayala Land will go back below 30. So, however, the property is taking its time. So you don't need to chase. If you're not able to buy low, then you can wait for other opportunities. What happened to MPI? MPI looks to be taken profits from. So at about 350 to 360, I guess some people see that as a potential selling area. However, I think MPI at about 320 below might be taken advantage on the buying area. SM Prime, I think at 28.5 is just steady. If it goes above 30, 31, then you have some selling pressure. But here at about 28.50, you've got just equilibrium here. It's neutral. Why do some stocks have high volume the day before and then very low volume the next day? In example, AGI. To be honest, like the Philippine market, it is true that sometimes there are stocks like that have so much volume the other day, and then the next day there's none. It is true. I think that is a potential problem. But I think it's also true that AGI consistently trades naman with about 50 million pesos at the very least every single day. So this one looks to me at 710, just a flag. It can go even higher to about 740. But you are seeing that this was also a profit-taking zone for some, and then some people are holding all the way if it goes 750, 780. Nonetheless, we do see that there were so many people willing to buy AG at about 620 and all the way even at about 580. And of course, the low was 5.5, somewhere here. So actually, that would, I think, be the same thing when Jollibee will fall 130 to 120 if it falls even at 110. So you'll get some buyers on the way down. I can't answer why some stocks have high volume and then low volume. It really depends on the market. The market sometimes has high volume and then low volume. Good PM. What happens sa MM? Napako na sa 303. Sometimes when the company's price is napako, meaning it's not moving anymore, it looks like there's a profit-taking area. Some people are buying and some people are selling. It will take some time for it to go higher. Nonetheless, take a look that sometimes if it's already stalling, it is a sign for some people to just exit, especially if their costs were nowhere high. Let's say their cost was somewhere at about 3 pesos as well. And then it's, they bought at about 3 pesos and it's nowhere ngayon. So probably some people will also just sell if it's taking a while. So sometimes that's happening too. If you bought at 3 and it doesn't move, then you also sell at 3. Talo ka commission. Good PM. How about Web? Web is a casino. I forgot to mention Web. And then, of course, you've got Sun, right? So let me take a look at them. Wala silang volume. So parang we don't see them actively traded. So that's also a problem. Ito yung nangyari. Sun went up and then with volume and then nawala na naman yung volume. So that's a problem. Some traders don't want to see inconsistent volumes. Now, Web, also the problem is volume. But Web went up, no? 180 to 240. I guess you want to see whether this 2 peso mark will continue to be supported for Web. Indeed, this is a higher low from 1. It went to 3 and then consolidated all the way to 2. As long as it trades above 2, I guess the bulls have this intact for Web, even if I don't know what's happening. The chart is positive naman. Overall market sentiment, are you seeing a 5,700 retest, perhaps a rally soon? What is your fundamental view? Rotations to recover stories soon or stay with defensives? I think like the Philippine market, the risk reward is on the reopening theme. So you've got more money on those restaurants if they fall. We are seeing the same thing happening in casinos worldwide. So I'd say that so I personally love technology, but it's not translating in the Philippine market because we don't have a resilient stock in the Philippines. So we cannot choose resilient pandemic-proof companies. You could say All HC, warehouse leasing, sure, ACEN, renewable energy, but they are very few compared to what you can see abroad. So not much movement on Nickel Asia. Also waiting for Tesla's battery day. For Tesla's battery day, that would be September 22. Of course, the batteries is a function of nickel. So it's really going to be helpful for Nickel Asia if they will discuss a lot about the lithium. So major component, actually, they call it the 811. It's the 8 is actually lithium, and then the 1 is nickel, and then lithium, nickel, and I'm not sure if it's the other one is iron ore or cobalt, something like that. But take note that the biggest raw material for the batteries is lithium. Nonetheless, we are happy that Nickel Asia can participate because a lot of batteries also have nickel inside. So it's benefiting the electric vehicle sector, and thereby you have a trickle effect on your Nickel Asia here. But ayun nga, we might need to wait. I think it is a consolidation at this point. Nickel is consolidating here at about 3 pesos. It could even fall at about 285 and 287, but we see that this is an uptrend. So as long as it is still above this 280 and 260, I'd say that this is still an uptrend. So can it go to 4 or even 4.2 or even 4.6? We need to take it a few days at a time. But it is a strong uptrend. Sige. Thank you very much. And then I'd see you in the global market update. We have a global market update after this Philippines. So see you again. Thank you for subscribing to the channel, and see you again tomorrow. Bye-bye.